To everyone in Bayview, Caleb Mercer was the definition of reliability. A 42-year-old financial auditor with neatly parted hair and a preference for quiet, Caleb lived alone, kept a strict schedule, and never missed his 6:17 a.m. commuter train into Harbridge City. Each morning, he sat in the same seat, earphones in, eyes scanning financial reports on his tablet. So when Caleb didn't show up to work or home on the morning of April 4th, people noticed. His bag was discovered on a bench at Bayview Station, neatly zipped. His commuter pass had been scanned, but there was no footage of him boarding the train. No witnesses remembered seeing him after he entered the station. Just like that, Caleb Mercer was gone. Bayview was a suburb where crimes felt like something that happened on the news. Not here. The disappearance sent ripples of fear through the community, and for the first 48 hours, theories ranged from suicide to random abduction. Detective Evelyn Hall, recently transferred from major crimes in Harbridge, wasn't convinced by either. "He's a creature of habit," she said, thumbing through Caleb's schedule. "And if he was trying to disappear, he wouldn't have left his bag behind." With no signs of a struggle and CCTV mysteriously down during Caleb's arrival window, Hall suspected something more calculated. She and her partner, Detective Marco Yara, dug into his digital footprint and work files. Caleb had been compiling encrypted reports labeled Project Echo. Inside were spreadsheets of falsified vendor invoices, payments to shell companies, and internal memos suggesting someone was laundering money through Larkswell & Keene, the financial firm he'd worked for over a decade. It wasn't a commuter gone missing. It was a whistleblower silenced. The suspects, faces behind friendly masks. Digging deeper into Project Echo, detectives found emails Caleb had exchanged under an anonymous handle, Ironrook. The recipient? Jordan Amaze, an ex-employee turned freelance investigator, let go from Larkswell under clouded circumstances 2 years earlier. Amaze had motive. But when confronted, he denied any involvement in Caleb's disappearance and pointed the detectives toward someone else, Ethan Lowell, Caleb's direct manager. "He was involved," Amaze said. "Caleb found proof. Said Ethan was funneling funds offshore. He was scared." Meanwhile, a new piece of evidence emerged. A janitor at Bayview Station remembered seeing Caleb speaking with a woman around 6:05 a.m., someone the station staff knew as Ashley. Ashley Vale, another former employee from Larkswell, had been fired under hush-hush conditions and was quietly suing the firm for wrongful termination. Caleb had been in contact with her. Detectives discovered they'd been planning to leak information to a journalist. Ashley was brought in for questioning, but her alibi held. Security footage from a diner downtown placed her miles from the station at the time of the disappearance. Still, she confirmed Caleb had sent her damning evidence days before he vanished. Pressured by the lack of progress, Hall revisited the surveillance issue. The station's cameras had failed, conveniently, between 5:55 and 6:20 a.m. Further forensic analysis revealed tampering with the system's internal clock. And the person who had logged into the station's security vendor portal? When confronted with this, Lowell cracked, but didn't confess. Instead, he demanded a lawyer and stonewalled. The breakthrough came when GPS data from Caleb's work-issued tablet, which had remained powered off until 3 days after the disappearance, pinged from a construction site near the city's train yard. Cadaver dogs uncovered Caleb's body under a slab of concrete, blunt force trauma to the head. The site had been under Lowell's oversight for a consulting project. Under pressure, Jordan Amaze finally confessed. Ethan had paid him to scare Caleb straight at the train station. They confronted him near the side platform. But things escalated. Caleb refused to back down, threatening to go public. In a panic, Amaze shoved him. Caleb fell, hit his head, and stopped breathing. Ethan arranged the cover-up. The bribe. The body dumps. The surveillance blackout. All in the name of protecting the firm. Ethan Lowell and Jordan Amaze were arrested and charged with obstruction, conspiracy, and manslaughter. The leaked documents led to a massive financial investigation, exposing a $12 million fraud ring inside Larkswell & Keene. Caleb's quiet bravery triggered the reform he never lived to see. Today, a plaque rests at Bayview Station on his usual bench. Etched beneath his name are the last words from an email he sent Ashley the night before he vanished.